Kotoko.
Gentlemen, can someone kindly close Once again, thank you for coming to this event with short notice. Again, I apologize for the amount of time we've wasted. We are really sorry. We have the last member of the interim management committee of Asante Kotoko, Emmanuel Newton, that's with us, and of course, head coach and head of the technical team, Dr. Prospanato with us, and of course, deputy captain of the club, Richmond Lamte as well with us here. There are a few things that we want to discuss with us, and then we'll have the opportunity to ask questions as well. So we'll start with the representative of the interim management committee, Mr. Newton Dasuberi, and then we would go to coach and then to Richmond Lamte. Mr. Dasuberi, once again, thank you for coming, and these are the gentlemen from many media houses across the country. It's been technically about 3 months since you were officially tasked to lead this club. Do you have any information to share with us administratively? Are there challenges? Are there issues you want to discuss with the media? And then you will have the opportunity to ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and lady and gentlemen. I see one lady at the back there. Good morning. First of all, we want to sincerely apologize for the late start of this press conference. There's no plan to start this program on 10. Unfortunately, coach was engaged in a training drill, was caught in traffic once on his way here. So apologies to you sincerely. We've met this morning to listen to you and to address so many concerns. We want this to be a very interactive one. We have not come here to propound any theory or to say things that will lead to our whims or any caprice. We have come here, first of all, to listen to you and to listen to your questions that you have, and then we'll address. This is not what we planned for, and this is not what we plan to execute. We have matches ahead of us, and from the conversation that has gone on from Sunday to today, we believe that the coach will turn things around. And for now, we would want to listen to you, hear whatever questions you've had. If we have answers to them, we'll address them here. If we do not have the answers, I am sure we'll send a communique after this place. Thank you very much.
Right, so before my colleagues come in, the first one I want you to address, the room was, like you said, a lot of things. Specifically, my understanding of that rumor is that it's purely administrative. Can you tell us what the problem is with Baba Yaya? Why is he not playing? Why is he not in the team? Please.
Yeah, the issue of Baba Yaya, to be honest with you, we have some regulatory challenges. And for now, I would respectfully ask that we leave it at that. There are some challenges with regulations. The club is working around it. And I am sure that by next week, we'll see Baba Yaya play. We'll deal with this issue. Thank you.
And then my next one before you come in there, please pardon me. Most of the times you get the opportunity, I don't. So the second one is during the Dreams games, we saw tickets. The the printed tickets with the Chain United on it. Can you clarify as to why that was the switch? Because the argument is that we've been fighting for the e-ticket to be dealt with and dealt with well. What the Ego Tickets crew are supposed to do, are supposed to do it. So if in printing tickets, we are using tickets from different games for different games, that's a problem. Can you please clarify why that was the situation, please?
Okay, thank you very much. What happened on Sunday against Dreams, what we saw was not deliberate. No one planned to do that. I don't want to lay blame on anybody, but I don't think that that fault was coming from us. We had done everything possible administratively to get these tickets printed, and the ticket request was sent rightfully to the Ghana Football Association. Out of, I don't know, the person who is in charge of all these things, I think that he said he had skipped the email, he had not seen it or something. And so it was getting too close to the game, and we had nothing to do because we were expecting the tickets to be in Kumasi later Saturday morning. So as at Friday night, when we were not getting all this, we were looking at a plan B. And the plan B was basically that we either print tickets here in Kumasi or we stamp old tickets. And stamping of old tickets, we would all agree that this is not the first time this is happening. It's happened before and all that. That is not a justification for what happened. But I can say that whatever happened on Sunday, the fault was not coming from Koto. It wasn't deliberate and all that. But we had to do things in order not to create that kind of impression that was there in the past that we were fighting this and all that. So we just have to keep it to ourselves and take the blame for ourselves. But I can assure you it wasn't deliberate and the fault wasn't coming from us. Thank you.
Right. So please, for meeting Mr. Asuberi, the questions should be administrative questions. Coach will take questions for the technical teams and then what we have for the players written on until we deal with that. So please let's know that now comes. Your name, media house, please.
Okay, right. My name is So Albert. I work for GAC.
If you can sit down, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Mr. Dasbury, nice meeting you. I hope you're fine.
I'm good.
Right. Could there be a reinstatement, sort of, to the fans of Kumasi Asante? What I mean is that before the start of the season, we were all communicated to that, yes, for Kotoko Hattiful, regardless of the team you present, the notion is that you either be the first or among the first. And so now it's in the minds of the fans that Mr. or Dr. Prosper will win the league. And at the moment, it looks like that is not what we're seeing. Though I'm not saying it is late for him to clinch the title. But could there be a week that there could be a recommunication that indeed, yes, before we started, we felt yes, we could. But at the moment, looking at the current state of the team, we should communicate well to the supporters so that when they come to the stadium, to be honest with you, last Sunday, I wasn't, a member of the management team, but I could feel it. The way people, and for the fans, you can't blame them. So if there could be some sort of communication again from management regarding where Portugal want to be, because at the moment, it's not a rebuilding process which we can communicate to the fans. But if there could be a way, if that is going to be the way out, then we can also do the communication as if God is in the rebuilding process. If not, then the pressure will be on him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Our our stand on rebuilding has not changed. Nothing has changed. The coach has been given a specific task to perform. We believe that the part we are charting, we are still on that part. We is just a passing stone. This will go away. But we shouldn't, of course, the results coming in is not what we are looking out for and all that. But in a rebuilding process, you realize that all the things are bound to come in and all that. Last year, around this time, Media the league winners were 14th on the league log, just like we are. And they still went ahead to win the league. Nothing is lost. He's a coach, and the coach of his caliber, he should understand that there'll be pressure. Even though we have said that we are rebuilding, He knows that this is Asante Kotoko, and Asante Kotoko, nothing is expected apart from success. He understands this, the boys understand it. They themselves, they've seen the heat, they've heard the heat, they've seen the stress and all that. All I'll say is that we just have to have trust in this kind of process. It's not going to be easy, but we would surely do our best. We surely do our best to clinch the trophy.
Your name, please. As I really conclude, 3-1 question. First one, not first, and the team coach. You can use some more.
Paparazzi questions.
Still moves up 3-1. And I would have said, okay. Small, he actually said, find the initial, we look at moving the coach, and moving said, them trust process. No matter if you want examples, yeah, see over that class. Thank you, management, and I'm getting for like I said, and your confidence in the coach, the delivery of it. Now, so they say, yes, and yet, no one be I emphasize in the coach, fantastic process or now, and I can't so and your map back you matches at the same and yeah, now to say yeah, because personally, if you ask me, GDA said he's the best coach in Ghana now. I also trust him. GDA said on the bed of a job in a few years away. Them far away, and now said,
Yo, Tom, that's it. I say, I mean, Tom, you know, I say, and then I and if make us say you will GD will coach him one, it is what it is. I mean, you will GD will move and maybe and make us say, I don't say about my team. I mean, it's not going to be easy. Football months and also. And GD will be brave up Emma coach now. And GD say at least yeah, more board could do end of first round, a lot of things would have changed. And because a GD manner, and a charade, and a joke, and a free we are. A GD now with himself what dictionary, even a woman.
your name is also is.
Your family should be from my private family. I have two questions, one for the coach and one for.
So you must first, one get to
The first question is, I want to know who the coach reports to with regards to the structure of the IMC. Because a lot of people believe that the coach is too powerful and he has been given too much freedom to operate, especially with the kind of decisions he takes during games.
But what do you believe in? A lot. So, what is your belief?
Well, I sometimes you have to side with the fans because they are pushing the team to their glory. So, I want to know the structure of the IMC, who the coach, especially with the decision.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's when His Royal Highness was putting the IMC in place, everything was spelled out. The structure of this team, there's nothing that has changed in it, and there's no ambiguity in everything that we are doing. Mr. Kwesi Appiah is supposed to be the technical director of the team. There's no single match is not monitored and all that. The coach does not see himself as being powerful. I can tell you that it's not true. Maybe it is because you are always in suit or something. That is why the suit is being powerful. Yeah. So he's in suit and maybe I'm in a t-shirt. I come to he's more powerful. But the truth is that he is not working as I am a powerful man. No, he's not. We played the game on Sunday. After Sunday, I had a meeting with him with the other IMC members. On Monday, it was a race day. We spoke. He had a meeting with some of his players. I had a meeting with him. Yesterday was training. I was at the training ground with him and all that. So it's not powerful. What we had to say from the side of management, we said it. What he had to say. So I can give you that assurance and a mechanical culture. There's nothing like that. In terms of reporting structure, I've already told you how it's done. I mean, he's supposed to what? Whatever issues now or concerning technical, if we also have issues with him, the channel is that it will naturally go through the what? a technical director. And this model is practiced in advanced countries and all that. And, the technical director never say be a coach. Your approach to issue. I'm not a coach. I cannot be questioning him about coaching decisions. You understand? I will not do that. I'm a professional. I'm doing my work. He's doing his work. It is only when it gets to a stage I am feeling the pain of supporters. So whatever confrontation I would have with the coach is because of what is out there that will definitely dent the image of the team. That is when we approach him and say, look, can we find a solution? If the problem is that you are there, maybe I will see that it's powerful. But you have to start wearing Lacoste. Bro, is it okay? Thank you.
So then I'll give you so George, your name is there, please.
Jojo Addison. But I think about your maybe similarly now. Someone at the seminar, Mr. Management with months issues, I always about BSE, a Binocrana, Binocracy, and normally share that could be an application, but somewhat here, management from the management level. So again, I'm on it.
I think that points now raised here, it's been the videos I secretary. What there's need be boys normal na job. See. As to whether management has seen it, no, none of us. But I can tell you, Lampy Etiasi, he will tell you the kind of stringent measures that have been put in place to check those things. And let's supporters and say, if you have a way of reporting it, you should report it, then we'll take it up from there. And yes, I made a speculation right now, and a boy is no more na, one more rains, one more pema, no why. And I'm sure Monameka say, most dreams are, as I answer me now, people not talk about it. You understand? It's a natural occurrence. The moment results doesn't come, a whole lot of things will come up. As whether you're no crown or no crown, it depends on you. You guys have to change the narrative. And from a management side, we have put things in place. Those things are internal issues. And then I should come and respectfully share with the media and all that. But I can assure you that we have put in measures in place to check all those things. Thank you. Thank you very much. When you have an existing player, you renew his contract. These are purely technical issues, and at the end of the even within the season, the coach is always updated on players' contracts and all that. So, on coach never say we should renew a contract, we renew it. If the coach feels that he is having problem technically working with a player, we'll find a way to go around it. But I can assure you that that Justice Blay is an integral part of it, the club. He's a very important player. And if we would do everything possible to let him remain in the coach once, we will definitely do that, even if it is left with an hour for his contract to end. That's a coach not saying, I want Justice Blay to remain. But players will not remain in the team because they have to remain in the team. And yeah, it is something that happens everywhere in the world. And say within the course of the season, that the coach never say, maybe I have first round, maybe I've assessed these boys and I feel say we should do A, B, C, D. We'll definitely do that. But the issues about Justice Blade than lad, any Omo kind of contract we will. But rest assured that if we have to renew this contract, we will renew it. Thank you.
Fatilo. Your name is there, please. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
TV right proceedings with FA and Asante. But since the end, I'm okay with the TV proceedings, so we have a way to
We have not sincerely considered this matter yet. There are timelines we are working with. We have a plan that we are working with. And I'm sure that when it gets to what you are talking about, we'll definitely deal with it. But for now, it's not a matter we have considered.
Okay. Last question for you.
One last situation. Also, I like what you project I'm saying that it's a very long time. It's that so many things have also shown me that the map abandoning I like that saying that and also system.
Okay, me that's it. Like I said, you say Adagode Achi project there. Open so ankasa no yes or there or renovate hall. Now say or new structures or Adagode Achi. As to the state of Adakujachi, let's say we should exercise patience. I am sure that at the right time, the king in his own wisdom will lay to bear plans on all Adakujachi. What I can give to you, the information I can give to you is that the team will resume training there very soon. Will resume training at Adakujachi very soon. As to the other structures, other plans are on always in say Enya Botre at the right time, Benshia will issue a communique on that. Thank you.
Ima, I think these are the questions. Is there anything you want to talk about before we go to Doc? Or you've exhausted all the points you'd want to. Okay, last one.
Yes, yes. I'm Osman, Fox FM. And the person who said last season, and start time, a bed power best sponsor I make. I'm going to be FM local room bonus. The previous administration, I am more fast. Or more dealing with the situation. So, among my players, and contact and call directly. Being this season, said the city. Then, Kotoko fine saying, second clubs in the BRD, interviews with the about Kotoko hunting. The ones I can media.
Okay, locker room bonus. Yeah. More fire again. Locker room bonus. No, I don't think that presently the list be a GFA. So our players don't how many beneficiaries to the locker room bonus directly. We've not submitted OMD any numbers my GFA. It's a matter seriously the IMC is considering as to whether we should give the names and the numbers out or to maintain the status quo from the previous management what they dealt. A whole lot of issues. And in America saying once results are not coming the way we want, it puts all our mind and attention to the fault. And who administrator no cry instead of dealing with your administrative issues because results are meant, all the time your mind is on how you can get the team to come back. For now, the finalists to be on my GFA on that. I think our boys are okay with bonuses are there more and other things. In terms of sponsorship and all that, I don't think that any team will receive sponsorship receive from Bet Power for now. But the previous one, the GFA has paid everything to the clubs anyway. I'm sure we've just started this season. To make sure say it be a bit report and on one of my teams needs come on one program.
Thank you.
Yeah, so my yes, my final words, I would want to address issues of replica, JC, and all that. Those were things where topical and people were discussing. I'm surprised no one has asked that and all that. So we have information from our kit suppliers that they are taking delivery of some items this week. They have had challenges clearing some of the goods. And so they have given us the assurance that the replica jerseys, about half of them are in the country for now. They are waiting for the rest because there were some challenges transporting them to Ghana. And I'm sure by next week or next 2 weeks, we'll start the sale of it. For the price and all that other things, we would have to look at overheads and all those things before coming to that conclusion. But what I can assure supporters is say I would make it very affordable for all supporters. And for my final words, I'm still here. Maybe I not follow up the member and all that. But for my final words, what I'll plead once again is that every team piano, we want results. Team be a pair results. Coach, and then the players, they don't go to the field hoping to lose a game. Obi anywhere or planning so lose okay. Sometimes I just wish that it be a typical training ground to see what kind of work they are doing there. They do a whole lot of work, and some could do partners where it becomes a different thing. It's a best stress say on my month time MIT then town with you. I am sure that by close of first round we will not be where we are. No one should lose hope. No one should lose focus. We must stay with our mind intact and have the beliefs the coach will deliver whatever we want. Thank you.
Thank you, Ima. Coach, good morning once again. It's very, very clear that the team has faced challenges in recent times. Can you share your insights as to why the team is not performing, and then what you and your technical team are doing to mitigate these factors so that the fortunes of the team can turn, please?
Thank you and good afternoon to everyone here and to those who are also not here. It's a pleasure seeing you around and having the opportunity to engage you to consolidate some of your thoughts and to clarify some of your thoughts. So I'm happy to be here. And I wish by the time we leave here, everything that is bothering everyone here will be expressed and we'll have the opportunity to also explain ourselves. So thank you for the platform. Right. I think you said something about performance. I think for performance wise, it's not that the team is not doing well. The team is doing well. The issue is about who is scoring goals. And I want to put it on record. Probably you can go and check the teams who have played vis-a-vis the number of chances we have created and the chances that the opponents have created. We always create more chances than the opponent. The issue is about putting the ball at the back of the net. And don't let us forget that in the game of football, if you have chances and you don't score and your opponent scores, it builds the confidence of the opponent, especially when they are playing against Kotoko. Most of the teams, for me as a coach, clearly when we start the game, I can see that we are ahead of them. But then because we are unable to take our chances early, as the game unfolds, and because these young guys cannot withstand the pressure from the fans, so sometimes mentally they go off. And when they go off, it distorts our structure on the field of play. And this at the end goes to affect us. And this is where I have uh, some sort of how should I say an issue with the supporters. We are playing, we are creating chances. The goals are not coming. Even the opponent scores, and we are still creating chances. And you are hooting and booing at the players. How do they equalize? And how can they go up? If indeed you are a true supporter. And we see it elsewhere in Europe, other places. Look at when Ali played against Sundance. Ali got a penalty, they missed. And look at Cairo International Stadium. They were still behind the team. Even when the added on time was shown, they were still there. And when the game was over, they were still there chanting. That is the spirit of a team. So you don't only come to stadium all with the expectation that you are coming to, you expect that we should win. And we are not winning or we are creating chances, we are not scoring. So you turn against your own team. When you do that, you are not helping the boys. And you and I know very well that the kind of players we have now do not have that Kotoko spirit, that mentality. The mentality of the Opokuntis, the Kwesi Appiahs and what have you, even the Eric Bequins and what have you. They don't have it. So what do you do as a supporter? Once chances are being created, once you can see that these players are playing according to a particular pattern and that nobody is actually playing as an individual player, but they are making the effort to play as a team, you support them. So to me, it's not about performance. It's about putting the ball at the back of the net. And once we are able to resolve that issue, I think all the things that are going around wouldn't be a thing of now again. So to me, we have to work on our goal scoring. And once we are able to work on our goal scoring, I think we'll be fine. That is what I have to say as far as your question is concerned.
Okay, coach, thank you. Once again, coach, and you know why I've been saying and coach said, the chances are not sharing and share. Both, Emma, at this point, compared to the time I am, normally, that time, what consider now, how care to be said, so difficult, to be
How?
What consider?
Not at all. Not at all. And let me tell you this thing that is happening. That when I came the first time, it also happened. We won even 4 matches, and I think we lost Kinfisa back to back. We drew some matches and what have you. Yeah, so it's part of it. It's part of the process. And you know why this thing is happening? Because when I was coming first, you people didn't believe in me. I came and did it. So now the expectations are so high. And apart from that, to add up to the propaganda behind the agenda. That is it. Simple. No, today is a presser. So let's talk about it. When I was coming, you didn't believe in me. I delivered. You were shocked.
You as in the media.
Yes, me. Academic coach, university, what. Kotoko is not for such coaches. I came and I delivered to the surprise of everybody. So now you are very expectant. Is that not it? But you have forgotten that the dynamics of 2 years ago, in terms of players, everything, is not the same as now.
So are you a victim of your own performance?
What do you mean by that? I don't understand.
By your own standard, are you a victim of your own standard?
What do you mean by that statement?
Earlier, so you are being judged with that performance.
Yeah, I know. Yes, you are looking at my performance now based on what I did previously, and which you are right. And to me, it's a plus for me as a coach. So now you don't doubt me. You expect that I should be able to do it, and it's good for me.
Is there any cause?
No. Why should a coach panic? The moment you panic, you have lost it. Why should the leader of a war team panic? You don't have to panic. You see, I was telling the players some time ago, and even yesterday, I told them that we are down, but we are not out. We are down, but we are not out. I hope you understand this expression. We have to just look at what we have done with respect to the matches we have played. What were the rights and what were the wrongs? In terms of lifestyle, in terms of sticking to the structure on the field, in terms of believing in themselves, even when the going doesn't go well. That is the only way we can overcome this. That is the only way. So for me as a coach, I'm never discouraged. Yes.
Coach Prosper,
More as in what?
Supporters, for example.
Yeah, for the supporters.
Sorry. What supporters, for example, you players
Exactly.
Supporters on side. From the management, or any other, do you need any help in terms of technical? If you are supervisor, I'm here said the camera now from supporters or again I'm here from playing body one and
I think if you have somebody like Kwesi Appiah you are working with, and every day you are engaging, he knows the game better, he understands the game better. I think I'm with the right person, and the relationship that I have with him before even coming to Kotoko and working in Kotoko has even made it very easy for us to even talk. And you'll be surprised that even now that he's not here, if we are to talk, if I pick my phone now or if he picks his phone to call me, we'll talk for over an hour. And when he was here, the little time I have, I'm with him or he's with me. You see, don't let us forget the fact that in trying to rebuild a team, it doesn't just come that easily. Rebuilding a team where players are coming with different mentalities, different ideologies about their understanding of the game. It's not easy. It will take time. And if you look at the rebuilding process, the first stage is forming the team, bringing the players together and letting the players know themselves, know the coach, and the coach also knowing them, and rolling out the training content and the training method for the players to go through. Now, players have already learned certain things, and some of the players would have to unlearn what they already know to relearn what the coach is telling them. And for some players, it takes time to be able to do that. Some will just, within some few weeks, they will pick it. Others, it will take time, repetitive practice. The coach keeps repeating the practice, keep hammering on what he wants, showing them videos of what he wants, and then it will come to work. Now, this is where it goes into the next stage, which is called the storming stage. The storming stage is where the player is like, do I have to forgo what I know already and pick that of the coach, where he's at a crossroad? But I think what I know already is the right thing. What coach is telling me, I'm not sure of it. So it will take time until the player and an occasion happens in a game or a training, and what the coach told the player comes to reality. Then he comes to a self-realization that this is what I have to pick. So the players are even in a stage of storm. And even to generalize it, I mean, the team itself, because we are not winning, everybody thinks that everything about the team is wrong. It's not wrong. We have the players, we have the technical staff. It's just the results. There are two components of a game: performance and results. Have you considered the performance on a rater scale? Where would you put the team? If you watch the team, can you see that the team is trying to play according to a particular structure or pattern, defensively and offensively? And with time, is that likely to be consolidated to become a trait, an identity of the team? These are the things we have to look at. That's why I told you right away before your question even ended that me, I'm never discouraged, because I know that as time unfolds, when these gentlemen I'm working with get to understand what they are doing and we'll get into the flow zone, we will meet here and the storyline will be different. So we are just down, we are not out.
Before I take the next questions, we also want to introduce Nana, the CEO of Nana, you are welcome. So it looks like there are so many hands up, so I will make sure each and all of you get the opportunity. But one question is this, like, the no media house,
I'm just there one and most of the days one and your earlier submission is here. Definitely want to see under pressure. Most especially at that most players are from there. Like you have a specific.
Yeah, as a coach, you outline a number of players that you want, and then when you outline them, you go for them. First, you engage the players to for them to accept that they are ready to work with you, and then two, once it is done, you inform your management to also pursue it. There were so many players in the Premier League that uh, I I I wanted to go for. Kwabena Wusu. I don't want to, because it's a press, I don't want to mention names. And the list is there, and the IMC they have it. The list is there. We chase all these players, even on the day of the close of registration. A whole lot of them. Some, in fact, all the players were ready to come. Those Premier League players are identified. They were all ready to come. Some, the clubs thought that they were also the bedrock to their performance. So if they should release them, it was going to affect them. So they were not going to release. Some even were at the verge of even with they proposed money that we're ready to pay. And then they came back trying to tell us a different story. I don't know whether they were testing us to see whether we will not be able to pay. But we're ready to pay. So when these things were not feasible, then we had to look for alternatives. So, for instance, within the Premier League ones were the Premier League players we had. Now we had to now go to the next tier, which is Division One. Look for those that we think can help us. But then we have to be patient with them in terms of where they are coming to. And then from there, we have to go to the next level. Now, let me tell you something, then I'll still go back. You have Peter Amidou, Bernard, those young guys are not supposed to be part, and the players know, you can ask Lampende, they are not supposed to be part of the first team. They are supposed to be part of the youth team that we are going to build. But we secure them because they were available, so that they will just be there, and then with time they will come in. But because we have not actually kickstart the youth team, that's why they are training with them. Now they are training, and we are seeing that they are showing glimpses of being capable of playing in terms of what we see at training. So we give them the opportunity. But physically they are there, technically they are there, tactically they are there. The key component, which is the psychology of the game. That's what is affecting these young boys. That is it. And as a coach, if you put yourself in my shoes and you go to training and somebody is doing better, you know, one of the qualities of a good coach is that you have to be fair and firm in your decisions. So put yourself in my situation. These young guys come to training and they are doing better than the ones you are agitating for. The ones you are agitating for, they are doing better than them. You put yourself in my shoes. If you want to go by that attribute of a coach, whom would you let play? Is it not the younger one who is doing well? And that is exactly what we are doing. I like what Yima said, that he wishes noble people like you will find time sometimes to come to training grounds and see what happens there. So there are some of the things you pour out there, you will not pour it. Come and see these young guys as if they are in the jungle and lions are chasing them. They are chasing every ball at training. They are doing everything that you ask them to do at training. So if I want the players to respect me with respect to decisions, what should be the decision that I have to take if you were to be in my shoes? So you see the narrative. If you don't know, don't talk about it. Yeah, I will say that, and I've given it to them. I told them that from where they are pushing me to, a time will come. I have to tell the media what is happening. Ask him. We had a meeting. I told them that, gentlemen, one of the attributes of a coach is to defend players in public and then ridicule them in private when you meet them one-on-one. You don't give your players out to the public to slash them. No. Then you are not a coach. The coach, you have to take all the insults, the insinuations, everything. Then when you meet them, you tell them what you actually, what should be the thing. And that's what I've been telling them. And even just, was it Monday or so, today is, I told them this very thing I'm telling you, that, gentlemen, it's like you are pushing me to the wall too much. If you don't sit up as so-called mature, old, senior, and experienced players, these are the 4 adjectives they brought. So-called mature, old, senior, and experienced players, and you don't live up to it, then you don't deserve a place in the first team. And I told them again that performance is not permanent, it is transient. Transient means performance is temporary. So if last season you were the super player in the team, the dynamics are different. This season is a different season. You must work for it. Other than that, I told them that if you trained 3 years ago and you get your fitness, you don't have to continue training again. Is that not it? Because it will be there. So some of them, because of the way some of you noble journalists behave, support them. So they think they can rest on their horse, what they did last season or last 2 seasons, to still have a place in the team. You see, you are even pushing me to say so many things. That is the thing. No, I don't have to sell my players out. But you are saying so many things out there, which indeed, my good friend that I like him is always at a post match. I can see the way you are looking at my face. You are surprised. Is that not it? That is the thing. That is the truth. So if you claim to be a mature, old, senior, and experienced player, show it at training. Show it. That's why I like athletics. If you want to select somebody for a competition, you line them up. On your mark, set, pay. Whoever is first, he goes to compete. That's all. But for team sport, sometimes somebody may be weak somewhere, somebody may be fit somewhere. So efforts are what? Complemented. I like that adjective. Efforts are complemented. So my brother, my noble journalist, these are some of the things, and I'm sure as the interaction unfolds, you get to know, so that you go and sit on your station and you don't see that coach brought in some new players, some players, and he wants them to play. You have not asked, but I want to even answer it myself. Coach brought some players, and that he wants those players to play. Do you know what happens at training? You don't know. But have you forgotten that it is the very coach who was given the opportunity to ask some players to go and to let some players stay? So I made some players to stay because per me staying at home for that 1 year and watching the team, I saw that those who I asked to stay could help in the cause, what I want to do. And then, as I said earlier, I'm wanting to bring in those Premier League players. So, for instance, even those who have played, you'll be surprised that I've penciled so many of them down. I have a tactical sheet. Every match we play, if this player is very good, I pencil him down. So I'm fixing my tactical sheet in the house. So those Premier League players were brought in. First division players were brought in. Division 2 players were brought in. It's all about the coach thinking that those players can help. So if you are an old player and you never worked with the coach, or you have even worked with the coach, let me even say you never worked with the coach, and you know who the coach is and what the coach represents, and the coach comes and you think that you can be a politician within the club. I tell them, most of you are politicians. I know, but I don't want to mind you. Players stay in Kotoko after 1-2 years, they turn into politicians. They use the media to fight for positions to play. But me as a coach, you will never get me. Because I'm so strong-minded that it's not what people say that I follow. If what you are saying is indeed the right thing, then moral values will force me to what? To implement it. But if what you are saying is the wrong thing, then that it will not force me. The fact that something is wrong, and all of us here in the room are saying it is right, and when I come and meet it, and I know that it is wrong, because all of you are saying it is right as you join you. No, common sense will not permit me to do that. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I think today my voice has changed.
Yes. And we love that.
You see, so please, you rather should look at things critically and then talk to those issues as they are. Do not discuss issues based on emotions, but discuss issues based on tactical facts. I know issues of blame and what have you will come up, and we will unveil all these things so that you don't go out there and then go and say anything that you have to say. That is the thing.
Coach, lay issue about the last time I share a press away, you said about how you are trying to manage the lifestyle of players. So that they are being the best out of them, which is very key to the success of it. Now it has become very evident that some of the players have flouted some of the rules, especially at their base. Answer on the man the last time, he said these players are professional players and you expect them to know better. Are you still going by that, or you feel say this time around you need to be very straight on them, or you just leave them to be professional as you leave them?
I like the way you've taken me back, and it's good, right? Yeah, I think I said that. I was very emphatic that these are professional. Well, our league is a professional league. And the good thing is that these players are adults and they should be independent people who act based on rules and regulations. We've given them that freedom to observe them behave like professionals. And to me, that should be it. But looking at in just these 2, 3 days, the things, as I've already told you, me, I don't go on social media, but my boss here showed some things to me that, coach, I know you don't go there, but let me show some of these things to you. This is videos and what have you. This is what people are agitating. There's somebody here who even told me that somebody showed him a video of some of the players who were somewhere. And now he has been trying to track those players at that venue at a particular time. But unfortunately, he's not been able to hold hand on anybody. So now that there's evidence, there are graphical evidence, there are video evidence, I think the prudent thing to do now is to make sure that we tighten the boot and the knots so that they don't go off track. Football is performance based, and you can get a good performance based on what? Attitude. If their attitude with respect to lifestyle is not the best, then I think we need to revisit our approach towards them, and that is exactly what we want to do. I told them this morning, or I think yesterday, that a bad attitude is like a flat tire; it will never take you anywhere. And I told them again that talent without focus is like a bird without wings; you can't get anywhere. I told them this, and I'm teaching you teach talent without focus. It's like intelligence without focus. You can't go anywhere. Somebody can be very intelligent, but he's not focused in life. So you know that he's an intelligent person, but you see that where he is in life, that is not where he's supposed to be, but because he's lacking focus. So you may be talented, but if you lack focus, you will never get anywhere. What focus am I talking about? After training, when to eat, when to sleep, when to engage in your personal training, all these things are issues that are embedded in focus. That is it. And I told them again that lack comes to the prepared mind. Lack comes to the prepared mind. And what is a prepared mind? A prepared mind is a mind that is prepared physically, technically, and tactically. So you may even be walking in front of goal and somebody will kick the ball, it will hit you and it will enter. Why did the ball hit you? Because you were at the right position waiting for the ball to come, but it didn't come and it hit somebody and it hit you and it entered. You say he was lucky. He was not lucky. He was prepared to connect to the ball, only that the ball didn't get to him. So luck comes to the prepared mind. Gentlemen, you know what? I do a lot of social education, technical education, and tactical education with these boys. And I tell them that football is a terminal sport. Let's assume they are using their real ages to play. By 35 years, per research, you can't play competitively again. Somebody is a tailor, somebody is a mason, somebody is a carpenter. He goes into the job, in 3 years' time, he becomes a master if he does everything right. And he's going to depend on this to cater for his wife and children, his family, and even his relatives. So I ask them, if you don't do the right things now, and you are 35, and you turn and look back, and you have nowhere to lay your head, and you have nothing in your account, what will be your state? So you see the level that we are as a coach and players. You don't know. So please tone down on certain things. Tone down on certain things. If you don't know, please ask. And maybe I have also caused it because I'm not a media type. So I don't talk. So because if the person is not talking, you also decide to put anything out there. So probably I'm also a cause.
Right. So you'll be one, you'll be two, you'll be three, you'll be four, you'll be five, six, seven, and like that. So on.
Coach,
Yes.
let me take you back just as you started today. Okay, that was the previous cliche. And I was here now the season is ongoing. Your strikers or your players are not scoring. what should be the time limit we should give you as a coach and Richmond together with Mr. Dasuberi and Nana? That you are giving the assurance to us. We are conveyors of your message. What should we tell the fans? At what point in the league, match day, what are we expecting the strikers to find the back of the net?
I can't give you an exact time, an exact date, but I can assure you that we'll work on it. And you know what? All that I need, this thing can easily work if the supporters come and even if the players miss chances, they still support them. They had a meeting with me. Do you know what they said? And I felt so bad. They said, Coach, yeah, Bobo, now you say chance. Now supporters, nti, bono kra, ebi ba na ese uko jina yi na ye pass them out. Ti na meka no, ese uko jina yi na ye pass them out, sha bon so ushi obi echi. Can you imagine this? They were in my sitting room telling me this. I felt so bad. So you see what the supporters you have done to the players. Or say, coach, what's a chance back on your nti say, ebi ba bi man ke say wo jina yi no. Na wakɔ akɔhyɛ opponent because wonim deɛ ɛbɛsan so asi bio. You see what our beloved supporters are doing to these young gentlemen. This was just when did you come? Monday. Yeah, this was just Monday in my sitting room. So you see players visiting coach and we're having an interaction. The American will say, if you want me to help you, come naked. That was what my professor told me. Come naked means tell me what actually is the issue and I can give you a way forward. And that was what the players came to tell me. And there were so many that they said, but you just, as a journalist and as a supporter listening to me, just listening to just this statement that a player has said. Are you helping the team or you are not helping to the team? Please go and think about it.
The question is about two matches are going to buy last person, which is the chief and chiefs. Who changes, in the first half, not got to promote crossing game. That I'm not Kalu Wataro. The moment of Kalu Wataro, the second half, no change ball crossing game. The last game we played against James. Who you Kalu Wataro few? You are say all day. There are some mark over 9. No one says she Mukola about 7. You see Mukola about 7 now. You need the Osenia, you Mukola. You basically Busa say, I do practice with training grounds or now say, Sadia alone for Adrian as a winning call.
Yo, crosses and we do a lot because you know him say about Kalua and the weapon okita using the head and Mekai say I meeting ama I can say we have to play to suit Kalu, especially in the final third. We have to play to suit him. You see, so 2 games now, what can you know? Let me start this way. Kalu is somebody when the going is not smooth for him, he personally discourages himself. And because the supporter may be that far a pool, light pool, not but not do tia. So I've been telling him that as a coach, I am with you on the third line. So if things are not moving on well, look at me. The reason why I stand most of the time is to have that connection between the players. And they themselves, they know. Sometimes they play and they turn and look at me. And I tell them, play with me on the third line, which we call game coaching, in-game coaching. You play with your coach. And we do it. At the Maracana and what have you, because of the drama and what have you, you don't hear. But I remember, say, you buy and COVID buy and supporters and then yeah, coaches in the voice, yeah, players. That is it. But he's somebody, Bonse Nabamwebu. So in these 2 games, I tried to encourage him. And I mean, he himself, I realized that he was mentally not ready. And one of the things as a coach you do is that if your player has already set a particular standard, and in a game you see that he's dropping and dropping and dropping, and it will affect him in the media space, what you have to do is what? Pull him, protect him. I think today we are doing a lot of education. Is that not it? You pull him. And that was what I did. Now we were down. For instance, dreams were down. And dreams give us the spaces on the side around the second half now. So there's time and space on the ball. So what do? We cross the ball. So it was just unfortunate that at that time that no, now we had the space and the time to cross the ball. And those crosses are things we are working on because we know that it's more better with the head than the feet. And we are trying to make sure that we support him to become a better player in the team. It's not about the dressing room, it's on the training grounds. I think I've not said anything about the dressing room. Team talk, don't generalize that one as a dressing room thing. Dressing room is dressing room. Pitch training is training. I've not lost it. It happens everywhere. When players, players, yes, so called to Fufia baby, oh, here and honor or table. Watch here, a bone say. Yeah, done it, kakran, na F and our wato. So it will take time. But if you are a coach and this is happening and you begin to have problems with the players, that is where there is an issue. Unfortunately, I don't have a problem with them. They understand that I'm trying to make them better. And they be asking me, can tell me, I am so a mammy about to so any that so and they say, almost coach, nyabo tremai, ebeba. So it means that that connection is there. It means that I'm making sense to them. But ebia I am re in the bit me ama nyame bia iden asesa.
With a low pivot of 18 men. Mostly, already said, 18 men on ready to go. 18 was section. Go Ben out the 19 men to war was now and Mukara on the plants. Go Ben out the man.
My game, Obi can say Ogumbo. I think when I came first, that was what they mentioned it. That's just by the way. Let's sometimes in the heat of the moment, you create some humor and then you move on. I think my game basically has been about possession. Trying to possess the ball, build up from the back, consolidate possession in the middle of the park, and try as much as possible to make sure that openings are created in the final third for connections. That's basically about my game. That. In team menu is a pivot one. Yamotaka said defensive midfielder, and he's supposed to provide cover, a shield right in front of the defense. So if we have, let's say, 4 defenders at a time, and based on where the ball is, we have what you call gliding and shifting. If the ball is on the left, he's supposed to move towards where the ball is, so that if players cannot advance with the ball forward, they connect with him so that he will restart the whole possession process again. So basically, his responsibility is to give protection to the back line. That is his. And if we are playing 2 pivots, which is 2 defensive midfielders, it means that one of them is supposed to give protection to the right side when the ball is there, and the other to the left. And normally, I tell them at training, basically for them to understand, I tell them 1 up, 1 down. So if the ball is here, if it's on the right side, the DM on the right side, you move up. The DM on the left side, you come down so that you stay compact. So that is the reason why, that is the responsibility for Intimin. Yeah, Steven. I mean, we gave Steven the opportunity to play, start the games, and what he was supposed to do, scoring and pressing. If you look at the nature of the game we play, we try to press more in the opponent's half to prevent them from building up. We realized that he was not giving it to us. He was not creating the chances. This thing I'm saying, I've told him. You can ask him. So if you play it, I don't care, because I've told him that as a foreign-based player, You are here because we think you are very good. That is why we brought you here. And your major responsibility is to score. That is it. So I told him he's not pressing, he's not creating chances for teammates to score, and he's not scoring to himself. So we brought in Kalu. Kalu scored. So as a coach, if you were to be in my shoes, what would you do? You keep that player there. And then went to Nations, he came in as a substitute. We had problem with George, those who are playing on the right side. So I remember myself and Kwesi Appiah, we had a lengthy talk on this. And my senior man was telling me that looking at his speed, and technically too, he's good on the ball. So looking at his speed, why not try him there? So you see, somebody was asking whom I report to. I'm in a way answering. So with his speed, and we put him there. That is it. So Steven is not in his natural position because he's not scoring, and we find somebody who is scoring. If he begins to score, then we see how we fix him into the team. Remember, we must get the best out of him because he's in Ghana to play football for Kotoko, and no other reason. That is why he's in Ghana. Please, have I answered you very well? Thank you.
There's a contest there. We have to become I need to make a when I look less in it, that sort of pressure always over there. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, said the Alcan no crepa and Ghana Premier League, we can't add the also. You see, I say kind of criteria. Ghana Premier League, PMP will be to me when depending on number of matches you win at home, true or false. That is it. So you see how naked I am to you guys. That is it. So as a coach, I am worried. And I've told them, we've done calculations about the home matches that we have lost and those we have drawn. I think and around 11 points. If you add 11 points to 10, that will be 21 points. So 19. So we've lost 9 points at home. That's a lot of points. Intimini Abema. Yeah, I'm on Matias, yes. Ghana League, if you want to make an impact and possibly win the league, you must make sure you take your home points. Try go away, get some draws, get 1 or 2 wins, and then you are on the track. And I'm a Matias here on the second part of your question. You see, Kotoko supporters, Omo support team, Omo some team, and your Makuma in the team. And now, a trabia, a sabia, or my chato honintino. Obiaba baba yara or expect say Kotoko beden ebe wini. Enti ni amamo mati ase ni say eba na start game no na chances ne ba. Omunya botre na ombo baako ana mienu emfantum na ombo baako mienu tuma. They will see the same supporters now. Omo yo omo sa they see that they will turn and support them. Mama masanso amomati ase say they shouldn't go into the game with fear, with tension. You see, in sports psychology, we have what you say, tension and anxiety can break the reflex action of skill performance. Say, obi, any madi bi cry na okwa akoye no. Ehu bi won so. Esuro bi won so a. Bo say ade na oye no ntimi yie ni. You waka say, na padi we there so no there. Nti no bi timi ko gina penalty best kicker no aba say no. It was the tension and anxiety. It affected the skill performance, his composure, the application of the right technique, and picking the right spot. It was the tension that made it to happen that way. It's my mom as you say, and yet your supporters in idea, and I'm so much timidity. So I should buy the better lady. But almost on fan show mumu say, bit me aye. Na yitimisha baako mienu e baba yarana enwom ne nsamamone e koso a it will build their confidence. So yakasa. In fact, my mom the history, the culture, and the tradition of the club. Time I call pre-season, especially the new ones now by. My mom who say, team no more bono. Team no enye team ketewa. Team no ye team kɛseɛ paa. Na ye team a yɛn support yɛ som. Nti ɛnam saa ne nti ɔmo a ɔmo di team n'akyi no, ɔmo akoma wom. Ɔmo nipadua, ɔmo kra, ɔmo bibia ɛden ɛwɔ mu. Nti abere biara a wɔbɛhyɛ no, ɛma ɔmo ani gye sononko. Abere biara a wɔbɛbɔ draw na wɔbɛlusu no, ɛma ɔmo awerɛho sononko. Sɛ mote nea mekae no, yɛhyɛ a ɛma yɛ supporters no ani gye sononko. Yɛbɔ draw anaa yɛlusu a ɛma ɔmo awerɛho sononko. Na awerɛho sononko no na ɛma ɔmo yɛ nea ɔmo yɛ no. Ɛna ani gye sononko no so na ɛma ɔmo san ne mumuni adeɛ. They should understand team na ɔmo yɛ dɛn, ɔmo bɔ no. If ɔmo toto ɔmo nan, ɔmo anamɔ yie a, ebesi ɔmo yie wɔ Kotoko, ɛna ɔmo ani bɛgye wɔ Kotoko. But sɛ ɔmo atoto ɔmo anamɔ yie a, yɛsi ɛbɛyɛ dɛn. So as a coach, I do a lot of social and leadership talk with them to let them know that it's not only about football. Over here, they say even the way they dress, the way they keep their rooms, how they have to go to the market, buy food stuff. I don't see why you should be roaming every day, go and stand by the water seller. When you have been paid, buy your bag of rice. And a person I'm a country, winning will be a amount, for your mouth. Rather than after training, you spend 1 or 2 hours going to a distro or coming to tech to come and look for food and buy. It's 1 hour and how they down as well. How they say, so I do a lot of education with them, gentlemen. I'm not idling around. I'm doing a lot, and I know to rebuild the team is not easy. I know it. I will build the team. Don't worry. Yeah, together we'll build the team. Right.
Last question for Coach.
Coach, good afternoon.
Six.
Coach, if we are not together with the INC, we are doing the official website of there is no picture of any of the new players. Is it a fact assess?
Yeah, this is an administrative question, so let's restrict Coach to technical question. The website.
Because Coach said that those players were initially not meant for the first team. They were bought for the junior team. I want to know, is it?
But they are Kotoko players.
And I'm asking, why is it that they don't have the images of the official website?
I think as he said,
it's an administrative question.
Unless you want to pass on the match.
You'll get the opportunity later.
Hello.
The question is, have you seen any other players, the ones playing this season? Have you seen any other players?
Yes.
The one signed this season.
Yes.
The new one, not the old players, the new one.
The new ones, no.
So like I said, it's an administrative issue. So
they will come and deal with that.
Last one.
Coach, Frem Osman, Fox FM. First of all, I think the message now they look up with me now support is in your mind to me. First of all, before Basso, I gave them who you are crap any commerce. Team beyond the trademark kind of association group. Into Accra against Accra Lions, it's a connect. It was Lante and Sheriff, and then Kalu was there. In Kumasi, Lante, Sheriff, Kalu was there. It means that a idea that was because we are who are also better pioneer, better so this year. The boy Abbas was added. Now, this is the only yet as a second of Ansha Center. Because it means that you so a year resource here. A piece is now got a Ansha Center, Musus and Suni, and necessary. And a team of some 9 last season. No wouldn't hope, and a wabba. Anything that a deal rebuild, I recurrent or cast any more analysis with Tim of Tosson 90 and air drink a cassette rebuilding.
That's it. Krura, any team rap, the frame. And pain me and Sasso. 3 different times. Yeah, 3 different times I met with the king, and only we didn't come on. And if you come on, king wants ends. can't go outside that. That is why when we couldn't get those Premier League players that we earmarked, we decided to go for the Division 1 and the Division 2. That's giving the time and the patience to really to fix things. So I am working strictly according to the classes and do anything. And still when he calls me or when he calls me, that is what he still emphasizes.
Questions for Lamptey. You've spent a lot of time here. So Lamptey, answer what in bottom line is then that we are covering 90 minutes. Coach is here and manager is here and manager is here. And a senior player.
And winning like a result. Hello. I'm part in results and but performing like performing. Oh God.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. True. Performing I performing or team in saying one bet as a captain, any boys akasa and yeah, sure be as like anyone be
January question is simple. I'm not rich.
Lamptey, I'm saying I would take coach in class everyone. See, the Kamia say senior players are all part to say captain. What the coach in Sham and in Casa and what did in Sham and the coach kind. And then, oh, yeah, as team and Comodian last time is sad a lot and Yanni. Comodian it is our candidates and said the bear. GDR coach previously this time especially senior players.
Okay, say okay say it didn't hear ma me share no nya dwen. Ye nyan di ni hwam because say hwe last 2 season ye nyan fo Tom I can say ye nyan a little bit easy. It not easy because can find some share back to back. I was say that time gra stadium mom tutu mama kuma. Then you be share me ase. Nti ye nyan easy sir. Sir, nti they say them can kind of yeah sure mo no be sir. Yeah, chance yakasa. That's
Great. So the coach I can work I remember very well saying to become Chelsea. A few soon the share protocols. So the three who are
okay.
mostly they do unaware. Not players you find yourself somewhere that they need what to do though. And it took one man. I just said one on sound. It was an early drink and he see the table. But man, it for me so above any power. Then he called me and he was please come around. Otu said, why would you come and sit at such a place? And we are waiting for you to come up. So please, what's in the can with you, at least in your own small way. Try and also listen to it. And like you can eat your cannot be not of honor, not to feel moving young mouth. So you also save yourself the embarrassment and you see other you also grab why. So please give yourself a little bit by yourself.
Please, there's too much noise.
Nancy, how are you? Maybe they are about the young players now. They are players, and of course, they know why they choose that. I kind of saying, somebody of the whole say a customer say a kilo or one, it could be their disastrous end, and it's dangerous. But someday, me I guess personally, me real say coach did birthday. Now end of the game, you now come over and say, you, I am happy birthday. Please, it wasn't a pleasant birthday present at all. And see, more as players, especially, see, I was the senior players. And Kalana, a DM Komona was Asante Kotoko. So, was senior player who are coming to meet you and flew at the Shadia. And I collect it so me, I no free Komamba. I mean, already never question. It is more Casano, who never that, motivation, first a coach and Casanche, more supporters, I need one Casano, more pray, I in your lives, and that will transcend other package. Players now, you're going to protect opponent. That's almost a chance about one. They should rather prove the supporters wrong. The one just will make any questions supporters. Thank you.
Convey that to them.
Senior players. Coaching Kasan was saying some of the senior players in the training grounds. Training grounds, so we are moving so much. Mongo full of Fiji, Mount of especially media. Let's also call to move to say. They say fans in the bed. It will move to make sure that you put training on my own. My training, you see a coaching, bit my selection because your players is a gas. This way, over the Zawan Chia, or voice soon cry. Obasana, fans follow me, say, coach, you need just his play. Who put it? You are just building that, for example, you put in your way, the ones who is senior to the Soviet Union. The next also why senior players play again. Opa, the senior players in the two who said, fans then you bring to only come who see a coaching ever select you now for the Korean, but they say more than you to be careful.
I think, sir, you're more kind now. A question and then the expectation will be, but I can't put an effort to just say, what
The tennis say, you need more da fans no team no, and the be says, yeah, and shall I because our party and I say, do Yama, yeah, because Mekai, Namete, Emena, Mikoto, Vena, and so semi de coffee. I'll grab him. I think no best 6 age of at the age of 60. I catch him salamity. I'm James on Concoja. I'm so wow. It's me more bar. Or more matino. Now, me must my the American say, so about Kotoko any losing team. They catch a place now. Kotoko. Would the second grandpa on your idea. Into the more catcher supporters and say, almost one support here because say, almost kind why intimate. So many home I intimate. Into more support here and Messa can be a crack on. Almost some more young ones away. And who knew him now. Am I right? Am I ne kokampo don't post over ball compo by although a professional I choose you because me say we me who am I find be normal am kakra because I will share any mama film me that so it was system no easy nti ne sremo a mo so support here am so support here na yin bi mo hwamo you better things around and that's it.
Last one. Rich, last coach can be said family meeting. A year to stress meeting. You may be where I was all man about and now church and you may be Bia almost saying yes, maybe it's a second safety. Oh, say, say, you Massa, Bianca, and I say, I am going to say, one cassa as a player. And you say, a money supporters, as a family meeting, no family, and also any one cassa. Problem be one. Near all catcher our yes, catcher our be the man at home of what I saw, I shouldn't say. And yet, say, I was say, the cost of Pajama, say, question, was a problem be players, one now be you or to hear free supporters in all management or now, and the people for that, we have one moment to be coming.
Okay, problem be any one and a testy if I try to say and tell the coach kind of they create chances. create chances into the and some social media anyway na because of saying team goals and me sure say goals no start say ba and no remember the more kind of problem be any one.
Right now, Lamptey, ɛne ɛka yɛ sɛ ɔmo a ɔmo wɔ no fi so sa ɔkoko nti mu ɛne players a abɔ bɔ ɔmo din nti stand mu sɛ ɛkɔdɔ mu Robert Shaw ɔmo yɛ aba kɔtɔkɔ ɔmo yɛ SHS students but ɔmo bɛ bɔ kɔtɔkɔ no sɛdeɛ saa asangura ne nipa pa kyɛn a nipa ɛdansi yɛsi nipa mma sɛ bi ata na ɔmo nyinaa yɛ ebi kɔ amadi ati a ɔmo asa yɛ school for same night ɔmo ɔmo abɛyɛ ɛdi assurance na adi na supporters against some others.
Okay, said the Bemasama Mecano. Here, gidi. I answer Ketua. Here, because say, you home, especially when you say, Minion supporters are me boba. If I try to say, here, you supporters are. And on my bank for believe your customer group and share. If I try to say, it is a home. Because so called stadium, especially over by our CC. Now, empty stadium. Wontimi nyɛ dɛ wopɛ sɛ ɔyɛ mpo so nti hia ɔmo ɔn mekasa no asɛ mekasa with asɛ mayɛ emu yes yeah because sɛ yɛn nso yɛhyɛ a yɛgye bonus nti ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛhyɛ da na ebi a nipa to ata sɛ yes.
Right, so I think thank you for the questions. Coach will give a few final words, then Imas will now give us the final.
Lady Kaino, Madam Wase, I said, Madam Wase, I say, I'm the Amaya, ya treachery in your member. Now, Mijidi say, ya koye ni muno, Niama be brave or why, Bessesa, Ama, Niama, Essina Quem, Nia Mesre, and they say, Yan fancy beer, and I'm lifestyle, Niamaya, noble journalists sɛmo ɛne yɛ noble supporters ɛnam ne ɛkɔɔ so nti mode abɛtoto social media ma yɛhu sɛ yɛn nso ate mpanimfoɔ no yɛmfa sɛ mmanhyia ɛdirect yɛn sɛ yɛmfa mmara bi ɛntoto n'akwan mu ebi te sɛ bi a ɛbɛma ɔmo time ɛsɛ ɔmo dane adeɛ na mo te a mesrɛ mo a ma mo nkɔnkɔka sɛ ɔmo nyɛ mmɔfra na yɛtriti ɔmo saa because menim sɛ ebitumi aba saa some of the can say, oh, we know more professional players. But my brother, what's your name again? Solo. Obisam last time and there was answer Bisa. See, in the Amoma Quenya, I treat you as professional players. But Mwankasa and Amode Adansi Ire Abba. It is a now one a high and at Waswa, not just a young Casano. We don't deserve to be at where we are, and I yes, sanity. Yes, Remwa say, moving forward and what to say. Yɛde nhyehyɛe bi ato akwan mu sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛtenetene players no ama ne yɛhwehwɛ afi ɔmo hɔ no yɛn nsa bɛka yɛde tutu mu a yɛsrɛ mo a montaa yɛ akyi na yɛntumi yɛ dɛ ɛnyɛ ma ne wura mu right the gentleman somebody spoke about I think I have to say this before we leave here because it's something you spoke about Blay, you also spoke Blay has a medical concern. Blay is injured. Blay is injured. And it is the medical team that is managing the situation. He's not well. I know one noble person who is seated here and offering me and we didn't come. That day, Kramini didn't come on. He was surprised. I said, I could. Minimum say, we didn't come up and I'm sure minimum status. And I'm in saying I'm an old can no credit and a carbon ten problem because the boy himself is aware. He has a medical problem at the knee. So if you see him running, you see him limping. He has a problem. And the more he exerts a lot of energy, the more he feels the pain. And the medical team is dealing with it. It's all about a treatment plan. We try to look at possible surgeries, but surgery, yeah, crash still. I say growth no ebesan so aba. I think say yima se mbehwe na Mobama Dr. Chumesi the medical team the opportunity to explain this. They can explain it better, maybe on our platform. And all that he has to do is to make sure say Obe follow a particular treatment plan. For instance, according to the medical team, I mean today is today, so we need to talk. According to the medical team, he needs to go to the gym to build the muscles around the knee so that it will hold it. Emma, Dr. Anokra can say Ronaldo even suffer from side, but because of follow treatment plan into the Debiano, some muscle, Debiano and the muscles are well built and they are strong to hold him. And it's all about the player following the treatment plan. Because if you don't follow the treatment plan, it be a pain in the off kakra, but with time, never. So basically, that is it as far as his situation is concerned. And no coach would want to put in a player who is injured. I'm sure, he tells me, coach, I can play. That's what he says. But if you look at him, it's not what it's supposed to be. I told Blay something one day. The captain said, Blay, so we are fitter. You represent 3 players. And when the senior players came, I told them, when Blay is fit, if not for Blay, say, or you're injured, Blay represent 3 players on the field. When he's playing as a pivot, a defensive midfielder, he can play there, play on the right, play on the left. And for those of you who don't do and who think that the coach doesn't like Blay, I mean, and I Blay will team. For the medical team, his situation doesn't permit him to be part of the team. And I've said it today. And if the medical doctor comes here, he'll tell you exactly what I'm telling you. His situation does not permit him. But I thought, say, with treatment and what have you, I was the only odd one out. Yes. Will be or not any area, a medical doctor, no catch us a see. But I pleaded that he should go through the treatment plan, said the beja with time, maybe a better permitting Amanaya. The rest is up to the individual to do it. So, for instance, he's supposed to train once with the team. You're training 2 times. Maybe a morning or gym, knock about the muscles. And your gym on so you can't near into type of training or the man. And you may no training. That is how it is. So, the rest is self-discipline. I educated them on 2 things: self-discipline and self-imposed discipline. Self-imposed discipline is where you know you are supposed to do something, but you don't do it, but you are always told to do it. That is self-imposed discipline. Gentlemen, I do a lot of education with them. Self-discipline, you know you are supposed to do this. So when you wake up, nobody tells you, you go and do it. That's self-discipline. But you know you are supposed to do this, but you expect your coach to monitor you. That is self-imposed discipline. So if the coach is not there, you will not do the right things. So the rest is up to the gentleman to follow the treatment plan. So on the issue of Blay, me, I've always liked him. And when he came, I've never tweeted on any player on my Twitter page before. But go back to my Twitter page. When Blay came to Kotoko, I tweeted about him. So what is it about coach doesn't like Blay and all that? Today, I've told you the truth. So all those who said all the things that you said, you see your stance now. You see where you are. So please, if you don't know, let's ask. But as I said, I blame myself. But I'm not a talkative type on the media space. So if you are looking for information and it's not coming, you also think of something and then you say it. So on the issue of Blay, that is it. Let's all support him as a young, fine player. As I said, if Blay is fit, he's like 3 players on the field. He covers the right side, which is the right back, covers the left side, and then he plays very well as a DM. So that is the issue about him. With respect to the team, I think say Niamaye no ye ni aso e wo say mode niama bi a na ye nim kura mode abeto abonte ama yehu na yaso. And me gidi say enam say mode beto abonte ni na senior players me mpo de na mada omo ana mo friend coach e be say ba o ti omo bae no na omo abeka say niama bi say ɛna ɛkɔ so wɔ social media. Nti ɛkwan bɛn na ebetumi afa so ɛde ayɛ dɛn ɛde amove on. And once our senior players na aba ama yɛdi nkɔmmɔ wie no ɔmo ankasa so ɛkɔhyia the rest of the team ɛne ɔmo di nkɔmmɔ. Tuesday morning yɛbaeɛ yɛyɛ 1 hour meeting before I start training. Ɛbobɔ nneɛma so nketenkete. Ɔmo a ɔmo anyɛ nneɛma yie a ɛsɛ yɛtwi ɔmo anim. Ɔmo a ɛsɛ ɔmo render apology. Ɔmo apologize yɛ. Yɛwie ne nyinaa na yɛka sɛ saa book no ɛyɛ saa suban dada no a ɛnyɛ no saa book no yɛato ɛpo no ase. Sɛ yɛakoto book foforɔ, which is a new book. We open a new page with a brand new attitude. A brand new attitude of a new tie that has a lot of air in it that can move us to our destination. So I want to assure you, say, as a family, what I mean by as a technical team, as a playing body, yɛayɛ yɛn meeting. Ɛhu sɛ nea ɛkɔ no, it is not the best. And we have to what? Change the way we behave. I even asked them, is it about my training content? Is it about my training methods? They said, no, it has nothing to do about it. Nneɛma nketenkete bi wɔ a mentumi mbɔ so they thought say I should also do it in a different way. When they said it, I accepted, and I also promised them that I will change from it. Today is a meeting, so we need to so they also told me things that they think I should do it the other way around, which I promised them that I will do it. And I even had a meeting with my technical team. I told them this is what the player said. So guys, sometimes you are my mirror. So if I'm doing this, this is what they are saying. So you be there and be prompting me so that we'll get things done at the right time, at the right place. So we are together as a team. We are only down, we are not out. And want to assure you that we'll put up a new behavior in terms of our lifestyle. We are, because in our team, it shouldn't be only the players. We put up a new behavior, we put up a new attitude. Our commitment, our determination, everything would have to be tripled to be able to lift the team from where it is. So we thank you all. And to our supporters, as I said, medical my example back up. Me person mama be bring. We be say a chance or catch them say the way I did in the pie. Next one eba na I say or yen ho so ugina yi but no ugina yi. Said e be ya e ma do. Na ensan so ntiatia. Yes ro wa. Omunya botre e ma place. Once the chances are coming, one day, the gates will be open and the balls will enter the net and we'll all be happy. Thank you for your attention and thank you for having time with us. We are grateful.
Well, my final words will be that, as I said, we all agree that we are very young players in the team. Alan lost like 15, 16, and 17 year boys. Yes, training and supporters, says training old players also. I feel that some of them should take it upon themselves once in a while, find a way to talk to these boys and try to tell them so many things about the culture of the team. And one person I'll single out for praise, Amos Redbone. Amos is doing so well. He's a former captain of the team. He follows everything happening. He makes time to talk to some of these boys. I mean, it's not easy. He himself is not getting it easy. How more them? They are very young. And we your last match, I boy, a ball right back against Adesa, 15-year-old boy, brought him in for the youth team. We did not register him into a senior meeting. And ball no boy, you could see that the boy was technically and tactically good. But what he said, he needed someone to give him the confidence on the field to play. And if these senior players are not able to do that, it's old players who once in a while try and reach out to these boys and talk to them. But rather, if they are sometimes Obetiani say they are old players, we practice and rather than busting them with all this, it becomes problematic. As a vice said, when we Popo and T and Popo and T came to Kotoko and all that, they were very young when they were playing and all those things. And in football, you can conduct your independent research. No player has blossomed at the age of 25. Players are winning now. If they come up, 18, 19, Ronaldinho more, Ronaldo more, all of them. And now Barcelona lose you and Shakhtar. Look at the players who played for Barcelona. It is because they have a project. Project being Nizabi, so they have a project they are building. Barcelona has always done that. And then they find a way to come up. What we need now is the total support and commitment. I don't just say because friend is a supporter and say commitment into the boys no also put in park so I know more. Yeah, so I would encourage say your former players, especially more call retirement and like Amos and Co. They should find a way to even adopt some of these boys. And can't say go and pay anything for them. I have said that we are not even doing enough for them. 15-year-olds and all that. We should have programs for them, education, blah blah for them. We don't do all those things. So in the absence of ABR, me giving them a teacher at the apartment and all those things, all old player no or whatever, it is your duty to what? Try and reach out to them to help them to grow. And that's how they do not understand the culture of Kotoko. They do not understand what we do here at Kotoko and all that. And for to you, the media, honestly speaking, I'm so overwhelmed. And the bomb said is here and will propagate that. It is my hope that we would meet regularly, not to meet when things are not well, but to now you're the chair, your friends and be possible. We are hoping that at the end of the season, we will have better sign a party. I enjoy it.
You better must sorry, said me here late. And then could you are in feed the whole day. You see, I crowd so I hear it was say any echo. You better mean I must say, you better support us. Any opinion. A football would you mind in your soul? Your soul, you see, the trust and when you say the chair. Yes, Ramo. Mama bomu. One person tired. Yes, who come up a pimba. One fast as soon and tired. Yes, and you lose soon tea. Any either. Send your coach nay. Which one as my assurance? Sajidi na yes, supporters in no fantayachi. Namuai. When you are anyhow. Into your sram. And only the remedy back home. Master said, the foot will be a modiama beer, the acabia, the chichimua, the diama beer, Montina upon my yes, with the Moswa catcher and also. Yes, you have a shame. Near your word to one. Yes, you have a shame. You have a young word to one. Meaning, and he said you could be trapped. Say, what is a Yashisham Rabbi, Ama or more camp one of na, man among and young woman. Ọmụ yɛ mpanyinfoɔ obiara di ne ho so nanso so mmerɛ bi wɔ hɔ nom a wɔ sɛ yɛso yɛtumi di yɛn nan si fam yɛka biribi kyerɛ wɔn nti yɛde gyina so ada wɔn nyinaa ma se.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you guys. Like Ima said, we'll try and make this regular occurrence throughout the season. Thank you once again.